Looking from the enXco project south, you can see Edison's Whirlwind substation, which is scheduled to come online before too long. And then panoraming over, we can see the laydown yard where enXco offices are presently, and all their goods are coming in. And then you can see the turbines as we rotate around here. The Iberdrola project is back here to the north with the Tehachapi Mountains.
If the turbine is producing at full capacity in 1 hour,
okay,
it can produce 2.05 megawatts at full capacity.
I see.
Sometimes it'll produce 2.05 megawatts in 1 hour, sometimes it'll produce less depending on the speed of the winds.
Okay.
If it's at full capacity or not.
How much time does a turbine run at full speed?
So that's a number we call the capacity factor.
Okay.
So every project has a different capacity factor.
Sure.
There's a lot of calculations that go into that, from wind speed, direction, altitude, longitude and latitude, you know, your X, Y, and Z's, all these factors. For this project, it's about 30% of the time, in the low 30% of the time.
Oh,
It's
okay.
running at full production.
And these are coming, you say, from Germany?
Yeah, it's a German manufacturer.
German manufacturer.
You have different pieces they will sub-manufacture out.
Uh-huh.
But we buy them all through a company called Repower. Which is based in Germany.
German company, yep. I see.
The model of the turbine, it's the MM92.
Now, I read recently that Iberdrola had sold 50 megawatts to the city of Santa Clara,
okay,
up in Northern California. Okay. Is the enXco project have sold any of the power to cities like that? Or?
No, this project has a long-term power purchase agreement with San Diego Gas and Electric.
Oh, I see.
So, for the first length of for the life of the project, it'll be sold to San Diego Gas and Electric. Yeah, with a long-term agreement. You can't leave it sitting for multiple days.
Okay.
Without any weight on the top.
I got it.
So, look, not from this angle, but we've got a couple behind us. There's, you know, a base section and a mid section that are erected back here without any nacelle. But once you're going to erect, put the nacelle on and put the blades on, you have to do it all at once and set the whole turbine. So they do it when the winds die down, because the cranes have speed that they can't work over.
Okay.
For safety reasons.
So that's why they're working at night.
Yeah, because the winds are the lowest from 2 to 3 in the morning until 9, 10 in the morning. That's when the winds are the lowest, and then they pick up.
How many turbines, Melissa, in this project here?
Total? For 70 turbines.
70 turbines.
Yeah. So this would be the base here, because the door. And then these holes are what bolts into the foundation. You can see them go all the way around.
Sure.
And if you see the foundation, you can see the bolts sticking up, and they would torque those in.
Now, I know some of them have man lifts inside, but these are all...
We only have ladders here. We've got these lifts.
That's right. You got to work on your forearms, right?
Yeah. So you do have a safety harness, though.
Oh, I see.
You see the ladder, this middle piece?
Yeah.
There's a harness that clips in there. So you have a harness on that goes through your legs, through your chest.
Right.
You've got straps in the back with clips here for backup, and then you have a harness or a clip that goes in this middle part, so when you climb up the ladder, if you were to slip, it would catch you. And then as you get to each platform, you unhook that, hook your side clips into the safeties so that if you climb off. These long pieces here, these are called the bus bars. This is where the power will come down.
Oh, I see.
In these contained areas.
I see.
Throughout the trip.
Transmission line comes into the 2 dead ends.
And
it comes down on what they call this is ring bus. So you can either circle on the back side, or else you can feed through these breakers.
Okay. Now this is DC, right? Coming from these turbines? Oh, this is AC?
Yes, this is all AC.
Oh, where is it converted?
These turbines are produced AC.
Oh, is that true?
575. Yeah. And then the big missing spots where the transformer goes. And that's what'll, this is the step up, so it's a collection, and then this is all 34.5 in the backside.
I see.
No, 34,500. Yeah, and then this is 230,000 outside.
Oh, wow. You'll send this on down to Whirlwind.
Yes.
Edison project.
Yes.
Does this require personnel on site 24/7 when it's running, or does it maintain itself?
No, it maintains itself.
I see.
And then they just have to come up to do routine maintenance and stuff like that.
I see. I
And it
see.
communicates with our O&M building, which is being built right now off Tehachapi Willow Springs Road. That has 24/7 monitoring. So there's always somebody that's, if they're not in the building, there's somebody on call in case something happens here or at any of the turbines on the project site.
This is one of the higher ups.
So this is like, was it an enXco project? This one, Walnut, Pacific Wind, that's the one we're at now.
Right.
enXco, and enXco. Some of these other ones are other companies.
enXco provided the aerospace team over there, I believe it is, at Mojave, Stu Witt's team with a light. And I guess they're gonna look into getting that light maybe to go on at certain times, or some other type of reflector that isn't as intrusive. And so we went ahead and donated a whole light.
Is it radar actuated or noise actuated or?
You know, I'm not sure exactly how that system may work with aircraft, but those guys are leading edge over there. It's a great start.
So the guy's name was Wood?
Stu Witt.
Stu Witt.
Stewart, yeah, he's the general manager over there.
He's the main guy over there, and I'm sure he's probably passing that down. One of our development leaders, I think it was Rick Miller, was responsible. He had worked with those guys over there, so I guess it was maybe 2 weeks ago or so. We took an entire light over there.
Oh.
Just said, here you go.
Do you have one here we can look at?
No, not available to look at right here. You know, it's probably boxed up and stuff wrong going up on the units. But we went ahead and got a whole light and sent it on over that way to be looked at. So.
That's been the biggest complaint that I've heard from the public about the wind turbines, and that is the blinking red lights at night.
Not the birds, not the noise, but the red lights.
Yeah. The red lights.
Well, you know, and I know that the county was real sensitive to that too. Lorelei Oviatt, I think, was involved with Rick Miller and that team in development, because you know they do pay attention to what the public has to.
And as I mentioned, we shared the lighting plan with Iberdrola to reduce the overall number of lights so that there wasn't so many in the area. We worked collaboratively with that team so that the project would use a lot less lights.
So Melissa, how did you prepare for this kind of job out here in the Mojave Desert?
So my background is in the environmental field. Both my undergraduate and graduate degrees are in environmental sciences and ecology. After I finished school, I came out and worked for a company doing public relations and community outreach and landowner relations, and helping local landowners develop small 1 or 2 turbine wind projects. That project was able to transition me here to enXco, where I do development work and community relations work as well on projects out here in the West, and then I've also worked on projects in the Midwest.
With graduation in the air around here, it was very interesting to hear about internships and some of the money that enXco has given to the Kern County.
enXco has partnered with the Kern Community College District, KCCD. And we've committed to giving $160,000 over 4 years. And that money is going to be given for their wind turbine technician training program, which trains folks out of high school or college at any age to learn how to provide the operations and maintenance needed for these projects in the area as well as anywhere else in the country. That money is used for not only scholarships, but also to help with some internships to give folks some real life skills to help them get jobs and set them up for the long term.
So an internship here?
I don't know. We haven't set anything up on this project specifically yet. But the money is available, and we do have some legacy projects in the area. Some diff wind projects, some other ones kind of in the Tehachapi Pass area that we've worked on. But we're always willing to hire local folks.
Well, if somebody was interested in an internship, what would they do?
They would need to go to the school. And coordinate that through the school.